Joni Mitchell turned down Prince. Uh, he had written a song for her called "Emotional Pump," which was actually on his Sound of Times Deluxe, and she is going into more of a synth groove based project in 1986, and so he submitted the track, but she didn't feel it. One of the things about with him, and I know is I'm gonna catch some flack, and I don't care. He was a great artist, etc. But I thought he was kind of a hit and miss as a songwriter. He was a successful hit maker. And I know people will say, well, yeah, he wrote great songs, but some of the stuff he wrote for others or his ideas weren't quite, you got to kind of think, because like some of the songs that he wrote that got turned down, that didn't sound like Joni Mitchell. And Bonnie Raitt turned him down. He got turned down by a lot of people. He had hit songs with acts that he incorporated. Let me rephrase this. The acts that he incorporated based on his own vision and his circle, it worked. But outside the box, because remember, even when Chanel O'Connor did Nothing Compares to You, that was his former manager, Steve Fragnali, submitted that. That wasn't his own volition. Sometimes his songs that he necessarily wrote for others outside of his box didn't quite have the same kick. They didn't quite kick like that. There's a big difference between the Time stuff, which was basically him, Morris Day, and then Jesse Johnson, and a few others, but mainly his project, Vanity Six, Apollonia Six, She Lee, the family, Maserati. That stuff was from homegrown inside. So there is a difference between that and what he did with Jill Jones and Taj Seville. There's a difference than when he, with others. And there's a difference, you know. And his groove and his production to me was at his peak and his prime between, I want to say, especially from 82 to about 86 with that. So those type of situations, just trying to put that in perspective. But the track didn't really sound like her. He had an interesting vocal that he did with it. Didn't sound like her. I like the music aspect of it. I think the groove was cool, but that didn't sound like no Joni Mitchell. That was not going to fly. So I think he was what I call more incorporated better as himself for when he did his stylings for himself as opposed to others. That's why I don't get on this high horse about him as being this all time. He's not an all time great songwriter for my book. He has some big songs, yes, but I don't sit around looking at his songwriting for others and go woo. Just saying, because I'm a little bit. I'm funny about songwriters. I really am. He's better than quite a few, but there's a whole lot that got him beat for songwriting. And that particular song for Joni Mitchell just didn't. He tried that same stuff with